Cody Rhodes winning King of the Ring is an incredibly risky move. Solo Sikoa is the new United States Champion. All signs are pointing towards John Cena turning back face before the end of his retirement tour. What is up, wrestling fans? I'm Ben Allison, a wrestling fan who loves to analyze and just basically waffle on about professional wrestling, and I have analyzed WWE Night of Champions 2025, and usually this is the part where I say I have 5 key findings, but for today's show, as there were 6 matches, well, screw it, I'm going to do 6 instead. So without further ado, let's get into them. In at number 6, Cody Rhodes winning King of the Ring is an incredibly risky move unless they are going to be turning him heel this year. I do think there's a very real possibility, in fact perhaps a likely possibility, that fans are going to be cheering for John Cena over Cody at SummerSlam. I mean, in certain arenas, we are already seeing fans cheer for Cody Rhodes' opponent over him, and even booing him in some cases. I mean, we literally saw it tonight with Randy Orton, and of course, tonight they were both babyface, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But down the line, I do think fans are going to turn on him more and more and more. As we all know this in modern professional wrestling, if you over-push a babyface, fans will turn against them, and I think that is what's starting to happen here. But interestingly, Cody did say very recently that he thinks his days as a babyface are coming to an end, so clearly he knows this himself. But the question is, how quickly are they coming to an end? Is the plan for him to have a whole nother run with the title as a face and then turn him heel, or is he going to turn heel with the title? As obviously, if he beats Cena at SummerSlam, he is going to be a face. That is obvious. But what I would then personally do is have him face other faces and have fans root for his opponents over him. And over time, fans turn against him more and more and more. And then he starts doing more and more and more heelish actions. But just like Homelander, Cody still thinks he is the babyface. He still continues to act as the babyface. So it's never really a heel turn as such. It's a slow transition until it becomes blaringly obvious. And as we already had a huge shocking heel turn with John Cena earlier this year, this would be my preference. We've already seen one shock heel turn in recent times. We don't need to see another. Do this slowly, and I think that is the way to make this not only the most entertaining, but also the best from a storyline perspective as well. In at number 5, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez over-delivered as I predicted they would. These two, when they are in the ring together, always over-deliver, and this was no different. And I'll say this quietly so CM Punk fans don't hear me, but honestly, this was my match of the night. To me, this was the best match these two have ever had, and I absolutely loved the finish. Very rarely, if ever, do we see a match involving tables not have a table spot be the finish. And I guess that's not really true, is it? Because the table spot still was the finish. But what I mean is, they didn't go through the table, they went off the table, and that was an incredible visual. And I don't think Rhea Ripley is done with the Judgment Day yet. I reckon at Evolution, as I predicted last week, she's going to be teaming up with Nikki Bella, an unlikely alliance, I guess, to take on both Raquel and Roxanne of the Judgment Day. In at number 4, Karrion Kross proved he can take back bumps, but I don't think that's enough. He ended that social media narrative that's been going around this week that he doesn't like to land on his back. He ended that. He proved it isn't true. But I don't think he proved enough to justify himself getting a push. Because he needed a breakout performance, sure. He really did. And Raquel Rodriguez in the match before had way more of a breakout performance than he actually did. I mean, Sami Zayn is massively over in Saudi Arabia, and even despite that, the crowd was silent for the majority of this match. They were dead. And I think fans have slightly forgotten the fact that the reason Karrion Kross hasn't been used much, hasn't been pushed that much, is when he returned to the company in 2022, he was given a push, and fans were silent for his matches. They were not reacting. So then what did they do? They made the Final Testament, and what happened there? Fans did not react once again. And then fans are finally reacting, saying he's so underutilized, he deserves way better, his backstage segments are amazing, which they are, by the way. But as soon as he gets in the ring, what happens? They don't react again. Like, this isn't an Austin Theory situation where I do think WWE could and should be doing more. I think this is a situation where it's kind of fans' fault. In at number 3, forget New Japan Pro Wrestling, we have New Sokoa Pro Wrestling. Solo Sikoa watched New Japan once and decided to sign half their roster. He's got Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Jeff Cobb, and now Hikuleo, and this faction is stacked. But also, Solo Sikoa is the new United States champion, and I am thrilled for the man. Now, don't get me wrong, Jacob Fatu is amazing, and he is going to win a lot more gold and a lot more world title gold, I think, as well in the near future. But Solo Sikoa deserved this. He's been putting in the work over the last couple of years, especially this past year, and he's been improving every single month. It has been noticeable. So now I am excited for this reign, it is deserved, and I can't wait to see what he does with the belt. But my one complaint is, why on earth have they renamed Hikuleo Tela Tonga? Hikuleo was an incredible name, why waste it? Why not just use it? They were using it in dark matches, so clearly they did have the copyright for it. Just use it. Or maybe even Hiku Tonga if you insist in having Tonga in it. But Tala Tonga sounds way too much like Tama Tonga, and that just doesn't work for me. But before we get into the top 2 key findings, if you guys could do me a huge favor and leave a like, subscribe, and comment, that does mean an awful lot and helps this channel out massively. In at number 2, Jade Cargill is a worthy queen of the ring. But what is up with this tournament and botched pins? Listen, I really don't want that pin to be the focus of this match, because at the end of the day, this is a moment which Jade deserves. It is a moment which she has put in the work to earn, and she has done that. And she looked great during the match. Both her and Asuka put on a fantastic showing, despite the fact that both of them deserved a lot more time in the match. But Jade also does deserve a big moment at SummerSlam, a moment where she does win that Women's Championship off Tiffany Stratton, and I think she is going to become a star when that does happen. The real question is, will Naomi cash in? Because I think it's a very real possibility. In fact, probably a likely possibility. But the question is, will she cash in for herself, or will she cash in for Bianca Belair to try and win back Bianca Belair? Because I theorized that a couple of months ago, and I still think it is possible. But regardless, I'm really excited for this, and congratulations, Jade Cargill. Really well deserved. And let's just forget about that pin. And in at number 1, all signs are pointing towards John Cena turning back face before the end of his retirement tour. We all saw that moment where he grabbed the title, he was about to hit CM Punk with it, and the crowd chanted no, and he just looked around and stopped himself. Now, of course, he did do other heelish things during the match, so it's not like suddenly he's a face now. I mean, he even tried to low blow CM Punk. But the fact is, there was a doubt, there was a seed of doubt in his mind. So as much as I really wanted this heel run to go all the way to December, right down to the final hour, I do think, unfortunately, he is going to be turning back babyface after SummerSlam. I'm guessing Cody's going to beat him at SummerSlam, and then Truth is going to be the one to slowly transition Cena back to a face in the months that follow, leading to him being a big old babyface in his retirement match in December. And look, I get it. They want that reaction. They want that final hurrah for John Cena. But at the same time, that story of him holding that title to the final hour, threatening to leave the company with the title, retire with the title, that would have been fantastic. But the Punk match overall was a lot of fun. In fact, in my opinion, they over-delivered. If I'm being completely honest here, wasn't entirely sure how this match was going to go. They're both a lot older now, but it was still fantastic in the ring. Was it overbooked? Of course it was, but it also kind of had to be, and it was still a lot of fun. And like I said with the Randy Orton match, fun is the most important part. Because Cena's going to struggle to wrestle 5-star technical classics at his age. It's just not really on the cards. So doing this, it is genius, and that's why I'm liking the heel act so much. But overall, I really did enjoy Night of Champions, right? I mean, as I always say with these Saudi shows, it's nice as a UK fan to just have them on at a reasonable hour, to not have to stay up until late hours of the night to watch a show. So I guess maybe that gives it a little bit of an unfair advantage, but even still, this show flew by and I had a blast watching it from start until finish. So I guess I'm going to give it, I'll say, a subtle round of applause. But what did you guys think of the show? Let me know down in the comments below, and don't worry, fans' thoughts, fans' reactions will return in the next episode of Allison Analysis. Just for last night's SmackDown and tonight's King of the Ring, because I filmed them immediately following the end of the show, it's just not really possible for me to get fans' reactions and react to them, and then, manage to film it the same night. So that's why there hasn't been any yesterday or today, but the next episode, it will return. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a fantastic Saturday night. Peace.